fun things that go on in the world. More specifically, history. Today we've got an interesting daily challenge. We have 4 monkeys available to us. Sedora, the 3 cannons, many glue gunners as we want, many super monkeys we want, up to 5 total monkeys. We have to get to round 52. It's kind of an interesting mix. They can hit camo, cannot hit camo, can potentially hit camo. We have to start thinking in terms of like, how are we going to play this? Interesting set. Fortunately, she can hit camos. What's the stats on the day? There have been 106,000 attempts. Only 39,000 wins. Wow. Okay. Well, let's jump into this game and get our half starting cash, end of round, and all income generation. Wow. We're half cash? Interesting. So we would have to be able to survive 2 rounds with 150 hearts. Either that or we're forced to use a glue gunner. I'm going to go ahead and run this. We got 150 hearts total. I'm not sure the first... Make sure we're not on... We have auto start going. I'm not... Other than just kind of wasting time. This will allow us to... Okay. I wonder if we can do this for 3 rounds, or will we lose out? Because, like, a glue gunner is just absolutely useless. I mean, there wasn't enough money to, like, buy it and, like, have it do anything useful either. So we've got to at least roll through a couple rounds, and we're only getting half cash. Oh, man. So this will get us up to 425. 426. Okay, this becomes even more interesting than originally thought. I'm gonna have to get a cannon guy. This is crazy. You're basically giving up everything before the game even starts. I mean, the problem is now we're going to head to... Are we even going to survive this round? Nope. Okay. Interesting. Okay. We can't survive 4 rounds, so the obvious play is to... Oh, man. We're going to get a glue monkey out. We have to... And we're going to have to end up selling him. This is ridiculous, because the only way he's going to do any damage is by... We're just kind of wasting time here. Like, how much money are we going to need? Let's look at his upgrades. 500. Like, there's... Because we can't kill anything with the glue gunner. There's not enough money to bring... I mean, is this one of those games where you're going to have to use powers? I'm not curious. So without powers, you have no way of winning. So we can do a glue soak, but that's not going to do anything. And we'll never get 300. Because there's no money to be made from any of these. Okay, we're going to have to restart. Interesting. So we're going to restart, and we're going to use some of our superpowers because we really don't have any other options. We got a bunch of spikes we could potentially drop out. Like, let me go ahead and drop... I mean, we might as well put them at the front. Because this will at least give us some money. $385, okay. I'm going to keep dropping spikes out. Okay, let's go ahead and drop another thing of spikes out. I guess we do this until we can get Sauda? Sauda? How do you pronounce her name? I mean, I don't know how else we do this. Well, we can bleed some. Oh, well, we're going to bleed a few here. I'm going to drop one more. 520. Maybe we'll drop a couple more. Interesting. So, oof. I'm gonna need more. Drop them there. And I'm short, but we'll be able to get this quickly. Boom, put him there. Okay. That should go a long way. Her there should play for a while. Wow. That's crazy. We're just not going to have any money. This is definitely going to be a challenge. I guess while we wait for her to try to make us some money, we'll talk about the other topic I had today, which was Fort Sumter, the beginning of the Civil War. For those who don't know, Fort Sumter is a sea fort located in Charleston Harbor in South Carolina. It's located on an artificial island 3 miles off the shore of the city. The fort was built in the 1820s to protect Charleston from seaborne attacks, and as we will see, was the scene of the first major battle of the Civil War. Back then, in I guess 1861, the fort was garrisoned by the Union troops under the command of Major Robert Anderson. The soldiers were from a number of different states: New York, Rhode Island, Massachusetts. They were a mix of veterans, new recruits, led by experienced officers, including Anderson himself, who served in the Mexican-American War. The Confederate forces were commanded by BGT Beauregard. They were also a mix of veteran new recruits. They were from South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas. Their officers were also fairly experienced, including Beauregard himself, who served himself in the Mexican-American War. The Confederates had a huge advantage. They were they had about 10,000 troops, about 200 heavy guns, or a number of heavy guns, about 200 cannons or so, and they used that to basically bombard the fort. They had been preparing for this for some time. They knew they had to win the fort quickly before the Union could send reinforcements. How are we doing here? Okay, we've got some money now, which is a big thing for us. We have to probably bring out some cannons now. Okay, so there's 4 monkeys left. What I want to do, we're going to do these cannons a little bit different. Like the first cannon, I would normally have the faster firing cannon first. The middle one be the bottom path, and then the final one be the heavy bombardment one. But we're going to probably reverse the order on these. And the reason for that is because because we're going to make multiple passes through here, I would rather stun the first balloons and have the secondary ones be able to multiple times hammer on the lesser ones. But as little monies we're going to get through this, man, I don't know how many cannons we're going to be able to get. I'd like to get a super monkey too. And that might be our next play, the super monkey. Man. Maybe I should just wait on the super monkey. Okay, I'm thinking we're going to go... Okay, I'm just going to run with this for a minute. I am worried about leads coming through. I'm hoping the cannons can take care of all the leads by himself while we try to get our super monkey out. Because I want to put the super monkey like right here, I'm thinking, and then have the cannons next to it. I don't know if we can hold out that long. So the Confederates demanded that Anderson surrender the fort, which of course Anderson refused. So on April 12th of 1861, the Confederates started the bombardment at about 4:30 in the morning. They had batteries on Morris Island, Sullivan's Island were the first to open fire. They had ships out in the port too firing, and they kind of fired in like I think it was a clockwise, just one at a time, for the entirement of the bombardment. So they bombarded, started at 4:30 in the morning. They went all day, all through the next night. And by the 13th, Fort Sumter was basically in ruins from all of the damage done. The walls were pretty much breached. Most of the internal buildings, which were all wood, were on fire. Their ammunition was running low. For the most part, they knew they couldn't hold out much longer, and they decided to surrender the fort. By 2:30 in the afternoon, Anderson had raised the white flag of surrender. The Confederates obviously ceased fire, and Anderson and his men marched out of the fort. The bombardment had ended, and basically it was the beginning of the American Civil War. Ironically, there were no soldiers killed during the bombardment of Fort Sumter. Anderson pretty much kept his troops inside the lower levels of the fort. The downside of that was they really couldn't hit anybody. They were unable to like fire on the other forts because they couldn't shoot high enough, and they couldn't really hit the boats out in the water that were firing either. They were kind of firing blind because he basically wasn't risking his men. And we're on 24. We've almost got enough to get to our super monkey. Interesting. The only casualties were during the 100-gun salute to the U.S. flag, which was one of Anderson's conditions for withdrawal. A pile of cartridges blew up from a spark, mortally wounding Privates Daniel Hugh and Edward Galloway, and seriously wounding the other 4 members of the gun crew. They were actually the first military fatalities of the war, and it was not from the bombing, but the actual salute as part of the surrender. The salute was obviously stopped short. and Hugh was buried in Fort Sumter parade ground within a couple hours of the explosion. Here we go, Super Monkey. This is what I wanted to see. Okay, so the Super Monkey, because we're going to need to hit... Because we need to be able to hit the camos, we're probably going to have to go bottom and middle path. With the middle path... Oh man, did I really mess this up? I probably should... Oh well, too late now. I don't want to get back through all this. Okay, so now we find out if our cannon is going to be good enough. If it doesn't get everything through here, we should be able to get it... Oh, we did get everything. Nice. So now I want to start upgrading these guys. Or actually, I want to bring more of them out. With the Super Monkey, I'm feeling a little better. Man.
Cool.
We're going to go with the extra range. I'm probably going to go bottom path with this guy. And then we'll... And then maybe we'll go middle path with the next one. I don't think we're going to have enough money to do much of anything. I do want to make this guy a little bit stronger. Frags. Okay, now I've got to start working on this guy. Because as you can see, we don't have anything to hit camo other than her, which she'll be okay. The problem is we're going past round 40. There's going to be a lot more after that. And I don't know. Maybe the play is... Man, there's just no money. She's able to handle the camos. But I don't know if we'll get to 4,000 before like the camos start coming in serious numbers. So I'm trying to figure out if I should play the laser blaster or the greater range. Okay. Wow. Okay, this should get us over 3,000. Knockback. Ultra Vision is where we want to go. A lot of it depends on... I think Ultra Vision will give us more range. If we can gather this, I may go top path with it.
Get ready. Moab.
Here we go. I think with the Super Monkey, yeah. No worries. Easy peasy. Now we can hit camo. We got this whole path here, which is what I was looking for. Which allows us to go top path if we need to. Which might be a better solution. You know, only getting half money. I wonder how far we can actually run this. I mean, I don't think we'll have enough money or enough resources. I mean, we're already kind of bleeding here pretty heavily. Maybe you go Dark Knight path? Okay, well, we can upgrade his firing ability. I mean, the challenge is we got the Super Monkey. And I'm wondering if we should, like, continue to upgrade the Super Monkey. Okay, this is a problem. We're gonna definitely need to get to 3,000 then.
Good choice.
Okay. See, that's what I was worried about, the extra camos. I'm gonna try to get this up to 3,000. I think him at that level will take care of any leads that come rolling through. And this will allow me to begin to upgrade my cannon a little bit here. Okay, this allows me to bring the second one up. And then I want to get a third one, my last monkey here. Last monkey tire. Okay, so this one we were going to go bottom path. And this one we were going to go top path.
Get ready. Moab.
Okay.
Clean cuts. And
Oh,
still cuts a tomato.
So I can heavy bomb him. Really big bomb. Okay. We'll probably go... What if we should do extra range? No, let's go bigger bombs. We're going to have these guys do as much damage as possible. The battle for Fort Sumter, that must have been a pretty amazing thing. I mean, here
Still cuts a tomato.
we won! Victory is ours! We wouldn't have won if we didn't use our superpowers. Interesting. Now I'm wondering, with reduced cash, can we make it, how far we can make it? I'm going to guess we might be able to make it to in the 70s. Much further than that, I would be really surprised. We're going to go with faster.
Clean cuts. And still cuts
This one. Okay. But I've been to Fort Sumter. It's like this giant rock out in the middle of the bay. Can you imagine having, you know, your Confederate forces, there's just been rumor of a civil war coming, secession, and here you are, a bunch of troops lining outside, there's only, what, 50 of you? And all these other guns pointed at you, ready to fire to win their independence. Must have been quite the event, quite the experience being out there and fighting in this. I mean, I don't know how I would have felt like you're attacking your fellow Americans, you're bombing them with just round after round after round of munitions. Very interesting. But yeah, it was the beginning of the Civil War. It was a significant event in the history of the United States because now it was the first time that we had fought a battle amongst ourselves within this country. Man, we're just like hammering these things. I'm gonna go on auto because at this point we really can't do much else. At this point it's like the question is do you go like... Okay, yeah, we can handle... He can handle Les, that's important. Do we go Dark Knight? I mean, what are the upgrade paths here? Dark Knight. Or do we go like this way? The Sun. I don't know. Probably Dark Knight because that's probably what we'll be able to afford to upgrade. Although we're moving up the ladder pretty well here. Okay, this gives us the ability to Moab Assassin.
Looking sharp.
Here we go, 63. This is the first time we have a bunch. I feel pretty good about winning these. Yeah. And I feel pretty good about taking out a lot of these bigger balloons as well.
Still cuts a tomato.
Interesting. The results of this war had major fallouts as well. It led to the secession of 7 more states of the Union.
Big, red, and spicy.
The battle was also significant because it had a huge impact on public opinion in the North and the South. In the North, the brazen act of attacking their soldiers led to a rally of support for the Union cause. And in the South, the victory, because it was a Confederate victory over the badly outgunned Union forces, it was a big increase in morale. It was a rallied support for the whole cause of the Confederacy, and solidified each side's opinion of their rightness and wrongness in the at the time. Here we go, round 69. Nice. I mean, we're just like hammering these things. Like I said, I'm trying to figure out which way do I want to go. The problem is, like, he's 20,000. The next one is like some ridiculous number above 20,000. 100,000. 5 and 55. 55 might be a number. I don't think it's going to be a number we're going to get to. I'm most likely to upgrade these guys first. 50, 35. The question is, do we just want to go to sun? Because we're going to die before we can begin to think about upgrading him even further. So maybe the sun avatar is the better route. I mean, unless we want to move things around, but I can't imagine I'm going to want to move this monkey. So we're probably better off trying to get the biggest bang for the buck with our super monkey, which would be the sun avatar. I think that's going to be better than Dark Knight. And then we can focus on upgrading our cannons as we can get to them. So I wonder if I should like go ahead and mark him for that. I'm a 30,000, 27, 70,000. Wow, 41. Although I upgraded him first. So now we wait and see what kind of money we have. How's everybody doing today? It is Tuesday. It's been a long morning already. We've been doing swimming early. Had issues printing invoices with one of my clients. That's always fun. That led to restructuring of things. And here we go. We're absolutely annihilating these. This is interesting. The real question is going to be, like, nothing's going to get through before we get to level 90, I don't think, at this point. But we still also got, like, our superpowers. Like, let's wait for round 78, and then we'll use... Like, this is one of my favorite superpowers. This is kind of a fun one. Just absolutely annihilating. Let's go ahead and use it. See, just absolutely wipes everything out. We could use this one too. See if we can get through the. We also got this superpower, which there's nothing coming along to use it. Oh, there we go. And I can use this again. And we can try that one as well. We can use our other superpower. Here we go, round 80, here we come. Now we just have to wait. Yeah. Skies here are threatening rain today. That'll keep me from going bike riding. But that's why we have an indoor trainer. This time of year is usually pretty terrible for biking anyway. Oh, come on. Faster.
Get that ZOMG!
The only problem with setting up on this side is we gotta wait for this, all this stupid stuff to go all the way across the board. This is the only spot to really set up because you can get multiple runs. 1, 2, 3. And if you can put all your powerful troops down here, you can run this board for a long time. Because you can run your banks all along the outside if you want. And then fill up the middle with troops. I've gone well into the 250s with this board. It just sets up really well. Especially if you get someone like this sitting here just owning this. So this is a good superhero to use on this board. Because it does such a good job with the basic balloons that come rolling through. Whee! Use her superpower. And then you put your magic monkey like right here probably. The one that does... that wipes off all your... The one that wipes off all the camo effect. With that, you can pretty much dominate. You could even use, if you wanted to, the, maybe put like right here. I mean, you could even put it here and here. Have the one that strips, the mortar monkey that strips off the special effects. That would give you multiple opportunities to strip off the camo, strip off any other effects. You know, I mean, I would consider just maybe even using the mortar there and there, along with the magic monkey. And then you can put the magic monkey on the undead. But you can survive a long time on this board. You just have to put all your powerful troops right through here. Like the cannon, like this cannon is a good one. You get him up to 55,000. You just sit him right here and just do work. Actually, this is a pretty good spot for most of these guys. You put the druid like right here, with the one with the ability to use the tornado, and you can go a long time. And then if you have like your superpowers, you get this guy up to the big monarch one, which allows you to handle the banded purples, and you can survive well into the 200 rounds. And I guess the question now is which... We haven't even come close to being defeated. I guess I could upgrade him to Sun Avatar. We'll go ahead and do Sun Avatar. This will probably guarantee us around 100. I don't know if we'll get enough to... We might get enough to upgrade this. 25, 35, and 55. I have no idea what... It's only level 14 there. I mean, maybe we can... Like, that would be the next good one to upgrade. Like, if we can get both these upgraded, just not enough money coming in. Here come the greens. I mean, the other thing you can use here besides Sauda is a tack sprayer. The tack sprayer is a pretty good one here. I mean, I'd rather have her here and maybe put the tack sprayers in these corners. Like a tack sprayer here, maybe. Now, like here's probably the good one for the bottom path. Maybe put the fire path over here. And then you can put like the saw guy down here. Man, we're just eating. That isn't even close. Here come the red bandits. Like I said, you just put like guy here that just takes away all your banded ones. It's pretty nice. That's the one nice feature of the other thing good about the mortar monkeys. Oh, just eating. Here we go. This is where we find out. Oh yeah, we're handling them with no worries, man. No worries. Level 100, easy win. Uh-oh. Let's go ahead and use our superpower. Wow, that almost got through. I wonder if we'll get our superpower back if that happens again. The other thing that's nice about this board, if you slow it down at all, you can see if they're about ready to lose and roll through again with your superpower. Because our superpower is pretty nice. Especially with like these balloons that get away from the pops. Nothing really got there. I mean, we're just kind of watching for this bottom path when things start coming down this bottom path. I mean, there's just nothing there. 93, I can't imagine 95 will be a problem. The real problem is, can we beat like 98, 99? I guess the question will be, do we want to like upgrade one of these, upgrade this tower before level 100? Because I think that's about the only one we'll get to. I don't think we can get to 35,000. Well, I must say we've done quite well once we survived the initial onslaught. Yeah, this is definitely one where you have to use your superpowers, which is an interesting... Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and use my powers. That was probably a mistake. We'll find out. I'll go ahead and drop one of those. I mean, we should be able to handle. Let's go ahead and use our superpower again. That will do it. Yeah, we're not going to last too much longer. The rate we're going. Man, I wanted the sword to like be over here somewhere so he could like... Okay. No worries. Anything coming through? I'm going to have to run this, I guess? I'm not going to make it. We're going to die. Are we going to survive? Holy cow. We're struggling. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade him. Go ahead and drop the blades. Okay, I feel good about stopping that. I feel good about stopping that. Go ahead and use our superpower. Okay. Go ahead and drop that. Nice. Here we go, 97. The end is near. We're not going to be able to survive too much longer of this. I don't think. We barely survived 95. So the problem is she just doesn't do well against these. So you need things that can kill your Moabs. But I mean, this is pretty well done. Moment of truth. 100's our goal. Can we do it? Can we survive? 98. We do not have much going our way here. I mean, nothing's really made it down to the bottom path that is all that scary. Oh no! Oh, I should have used the superpower. Oh, that's a bummer. Wow. We didn't make it to 98. If we were a little more attentive, we may have made it to 100. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if we would have been able to run through another round of that. But anyway, that's what we had for the day. Another fun challenge. If you've enjoyed this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe. And as always, have a great day if you want to.